Hi, I'm Ashley Drago, and in Newgrounds, I got some ideas for you for week 8, and I actually did hear on some video that week 8's antagonist will be Kirby. Yes, Kirby, but I'm not 100% sure if that's true, and I did think of boyfriend and girlfriend being on this island with multiple Kirbys on it. And then I did think of one person I did think of Cassette Girl when a Trispy, a surprise antagonist, would come out of Kirby's mouth to reveal it. I did a yellow Kirby because I was thinking you could change the design to not avoid that much of copyright. And then we have Socks, who is literally inspired by Lucky Boy. You know, Ninja Muffin? I'm basically combining Lucky Boy and Kirby, but giving green skin a sock rather than a white one. Now, Socks is literally basically the true Friday Night Funkin' version of Lucky Boy, and he has that inhaling ability like Kirby does, except he couldn't make copy abilities. And this is him eating Kirby. I did think of him being a surprise antagonist too, and this is his up, down, left, right thing, and these are his animations. Yep, he's really trying to stretch out. And this is his icons. Now, I did think of this one I call is Elder Kirby, the elder of all the Kirbys, which is literally some singing, some big blob. Let's see. And I did think of this. Now, I did come up with this idea. What if the tankmen were actually animals dressed up as humans? I actually came up with this idea reveal myself. With Tankman Captain or John being a cat and Steve revealed to be a dog. This is actually supposed to be a dog. I did think of him being Steve either with the helmet on or without in his dog version in a future week. But I don't feel like talking about it that much. And then we have this. Now this is literally something you'd see in some kind of me. This is literally something I've planned for not just week 8, but any future week of any kind. That could be week 8. And before I can tell you that, Socks is some mutant created from the demons from Friday Night Funkin', but then breaks out. And if you add this guy, he later joins the boyfriend and girlfriend characters and follows them wherever they go. Turns good after that. Now about them. This is Dirk, who is literally based on the French DJ known as D. These are the icons and movements, animations. Now Dirk, there's a black and white form of Dirk, and then there's this rainbow form of Dirk after he brings out this boombox. This boombox will have him make noise supporting him with the singing. And here we have Radisa, who's not really playable antagonist in the game, but rather like someone that will watch you compete with the opponent. And now I did think of this Dirk being for round 1 or song 1, this dark being for part 2, and for part 3 I have this snake man known as Snarp, which will be a surprise antagonist. And this time the microphone is on the necklace he has. Now, Snarp is the rival to Dirk. He was basically worked for Mommy Nearest and Daddy Dearest. He was basically out there to kill off boyfriend. And Dirk is someone from the other past days. But there is also, not only that, but her and Radisa, also kind of Dirk, are actually part of this cult, which is an extra group of antagonists in the game I thought up of that will worship an ultra being. And I know Ruby's fought that mod. I did think of giving Ruby an alternate form, and yeah. And this is what this alternate form looks like. Basically this god thing, and these are just the sizes of the people compared to this guy. Like, if he were this size, this big, then we would just be real small and tiny. Now, I thought of this as a form he'd change once he would take off his hat. And once he would take off, there would be like light everywhere, purple light everywhere, and then he'd switch to this form all of a sudden. Now, he does this to protect Sarv, and the setting they're in changes as he changes too, and he sends Sarv back to the church while he stays this way for 1,000 years until his hat returns to him. Someone returns, like basically Cassette Girl, who was involved in the cult. The cult worships this guy in this certain form, not in the humanoid form we know. And I did think of Private Skittles in this, starting to go into the dimension and riding this guy's head, but I now actually, he wouldn't really be in the dimension with his helmet on, but rather with his hat on, like in the first episode of Tankman in chronological order. And now, I thought of making some kind of species. I also thought of a species known as Coromons, which are these creature beings. Some can actually talk human language, all others cannot. And some are able to take human forms, while others can take on any animal form, and they can actually create their own clones. I inspired this from Who Censored Roger Rabbit. Of course, adapted into the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, as toons create their own doppelgangers and will disintegrate in time, but the doppelgangers in this case, will actually rather not disintegrate, but explode. The longer they spend time, the longer they're around, the bigger explosion they'll be in the end. And, well, Rube would be the last of his kind so far, and he would be the only one to take this form. And Cassette Girl would be half Coromon, by the way. I said Coromon, really. That's how it's pronounced. Let's say it's pronounced that. And now, this is something I call Cocoon Cave, which is a form of roof will sleep in as after he formed it around him was only the ribbon thing coming out. And yeah, he won't wake up once you touch that ribbon thing on giant part that's showing. And the cave will break and he'll break out. And basically, this is the dimension he lived in. He also lived there when he was born. He was, first time of his life, he lived in the cave. And he would basically the same story happens after that. And, well, I did think you could add some of the mods of Friday Night Funkin' to be an official antagonist for the next weeks. I just thought of that through. That's all. Bye.